Hi students, hope you're all safe and enjoying your holidays. From today, we are going to focus on our lessons by staying at our homes. The aim of science is to seek the simplest explanation of complex facts. Physics is also called the fundamental science because all the branches of natural science like chemistry and biology are constrained by the laws of physics. The very first chapter for you in physics is measurement. It is the basic topic, is it? It is essential in our daily life. Okay, take a stick in your hand. Can you guess how long the stick might be? Can you measure it? We can't, yes? How long will you slept in these holidays? Can you calculate it? Today is too hot, yes? Today's temperature might be higher. How can you calculate the temperature of today? All these are concerned with measurement. Measurements are the physical quantities like length, time, weight, and temperature. What does mean by physical quantities? Do you know that? We have already learned in the lower classes, yes? Physical quantities are those quantities which can be measured and expressed in a standard unit. Is it? We have learned it already, yes? Yes. Do you know what are the physical quantities? I have mentioned some physical quantities here. Can you read it? Length, area, temperature, time, mass, and weight are some of the physical quantities, is it? For measuring the physical quantities which are unknown, we need measurement. Yes, how can you measure that? What do you mean by measurement? Measurement is defined as the process of comparing an unknown quantity with a known standard quantity. What do you mean by that? We will see, okay? We are having centimeter scales in your hands, yes? It will show the standard length. Using the scale, we can measure the length of the paper, length of the table. Likewise, we can measure the length, is it? So that we are calling that as a standard length. Likewise, we are using the measurement in our daily life. For example, the tailor in the tailor shop will measure to stitch cloths in the perfect size. And these measurements are used in buying and selling. How will you use that? If you are going to a grocery store, you will ask the shopkeeper give me a kg of tomatoes, half kg of onion, like that you will ask, yes? What is that quantity? 1 kg, half kg, what is that? That is called measurement. Okay? Even in cooking foods, your mother will use the measurements. How will she use? Do you know that? For cooking itself, we need to estimate the amount of salt, turmeric, chili to make food delicious and eatable. If your mother put a bowl full of salt inside the sambar means, can you eat it? Is that food is delicious? Is it eatable? No. For cooking itself, we need to estimate the amount of salt, turmeric, chili, likewise the vegetable, like that. We want to measure it. By all these, we can understand the usage of measurement in our life, is it? The first thing in this lesson is mass. Mass is the quantity of matter contained in a body. Have you heard about the word mass? Mass means the amount of matter contained in a body. For example, if you are buying a kg of rice, means it will be in a bag, yes. In that quantity of matter means the rice inside the bag. That is the quantity, that is the amount of matter. Okay? Can you all understand? So, what does mean by mass? The quantity of matter contained in a body is called mass. For example, if you are measuring a bag of rice in the planet, okay, in our planet Earth, okay, if we measure it as 1 kg, if it is measured in any other planet like Moon or Neptune, is the mass will change? No, it will not be changed. So that they are saying the mass remains unchanged. Okay? And then its SI unit is kilogram, that means kg. And then its CGS unit is gram, that means G. Okay? These are all the units of masses. We can use it for the conversion problems. 1 gram equal to 1 by 1000 kilogram. That means 10 to the power minus 3 kilogram. Okay? And 1 milligram equal to 1 by 1 lakh kilogram. That means 10 to the power minus 6 kilogram. 1 quintal, that means 1 Q equal to 100 kilograms. 1 metric ton equal to 1000 kilograms. 1 mu, that means atomic mass unit. 1 atomic mass unit equal to 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 27 kilogram approximately. Okay? Learn it and copy down in your notebooks. It will be useful for the conversion problems. In this class, you will see a problem, okay? Very easy problem. Okay, can we read the question? Convert a mass of 2000 kg into metric ton and quintal. We have learned, yes, 1 metric ton equal to 1000 kg. 1 quintal equal to 100 kg. Is it? Very easy. We know that units. Okay. 1 metric ton is equal to 1000 kg and 1 quintal equal to 100 kg. Okay. They had given the question in kilograms, so that we are going to convert it to metric ton and quintal. So that we are going to divide it. Okay. Okay. They had given 1 ton equal to 1000 kilogram and 1 quintal equal to 100 kilogram. So that we are going to convert it from kilogram to metric ton and quintal. So that we are going to divide it. Okay. Kilogram to metric ton, we are going to divide it by 1000, and kilogram to quintal, we are going to divide it by 100. Okay. So 200 kilogram equal to 210. Very easy, is it? 2000 divided by 1000. We can cut the 3 zeros, so that we will get 2 ton. Okay. And 2000 kilogram to quintal. Quintal means, kilogram to quintal means we are going to divide it by 100. So 2000 divided by 100. So 20, we will cut the 20, so we will get 20 quintal. Okay, very easy, is it? Okay, work out in your class book notebook. Okay, first of all, you are going to write the lesson 1 measurement. Is it? Name of the lesson is measurement, and then you are going to copy down that units. 1 gram equal to 10 to the power minus 3 kilogram, and then there was some measurements, is it? Some units, is it? So that you are going to write that units. Okay, 1 ton equal to 1000 kilogram. 1 quintal equal to 100 kilogram. Likewise, you are going to copy that units and then write down this problem in your classwork note. Okay, is it easy? Copy down fast. Yes, can you all complete it? Okay. Can you say 1 gram equal to how many kilogram? 1 by 1000 kilogram. Is it? So that 10 to the power minus 3 kilogram. And 1 quintal equal to 1000 kilograms. Okay. No. 1 metric ton equal to 1000 kilograms. Okay. 1 metric ton equal to 1000 kilograms and 1 quintal equal to 100 kilograms. Okay, memorize it. Okay, this will be useful for the conversion problems. Okay, we will see some more problems in this lesson. The next is beam balance. Okay, yes, have you seen this beam balance anywhere? We can see it in some grocery shops. Is it? Grocery shops, fruit stall, like that we can see in some shops, is it? Okay. Yes, mass is measured by this beam balance, or it is called as physical balance. Okay. Mass can be measured by beam balance or physical balance. Okay. Yes. See, some parts are marked in this figure. What are those parts? There was a beam there. There was a horizontal beam, and then in the center there was a pointer. It was of 90 degree. And then it has 2 scale pans. This one is the left pan, and then this one is the right pan. Okay. It has a string made of chain, is it? We can see all these in this picture, is it? We will see about the construction of beam balance. Yes, what are the parts we have seen in that beam balance? First is the horizontal beam, is it? Horizontal beam, and then there was a vertical point at the center of the beam. We have said yes, it is 90 degree, like that we have said, yes. And then there was 2 identical pans. We have said that. Is it left pan and right pan? Okay. Anything else? We have saw 2 chains in 2 pans. Is it? Chains. Metal chains. Is it? These are the things we have saw in that beam balance. Okay. We will see about the working procedure. Okay. For working in the beam balance, they had given some procedure to get the correct mass. Okay, we will see. Okay, there are 4 procedures. We will see one by one. The first is both pans should be of equal mass. We have said yes, it has 2 pans, that is left pan and right pan. Is it? The 2 pans should be of equal mass. Okay, it should be having the equal mass. To get the correct mass, the first procedure is both the pans should be of equal mass. Okay, and then the next is pan should be suspended with strings of same length and mass. That pan should be suspended with strings. It has a strings, yes, metal chain we said, is it? That chain should be of same length and mass, and that pan and the string, that metal chain should be of same length, and it should be have same mass. Okay, equal length and equal mass. Okay, and then the third point is, when no object is placed on either pan, the beam should be horizontal and the pointer should be vertical. Okay, before weighing in the beam balance, you should check that. How will you check? The beam, in the top we have seen a beam, yes, horizontal beam. That beam should be perfectly in the horizontal shape. Okay, horizontal, it should be in the horizontal level, and the pointer should be vertical. We said yes, it should show 90 degree. Okay, it should show 90 degree vertically. Okay, it should be vertical, and that beam should be in the horizontal level. Okay, first is the pan should be of equal mass, and that pans and strings of that pan should have the same length and mass. And then the third point is, before weighing weight in that mass in the beam balance, we should check whether the beam is horizontal and the pointer is in the vertical position. Okay, and the last fourth point is, the string should be inextensible. Okay, you should be careful about these 4 points. Okay, first is, both pans should be of equal mass. It should have the equal mass. And second one, the length and the mass of the chains suspended in the pans should have same length and same mass. Okay, and then the third point, we should check whether the beam is horizontal and the pointer facing vertically. Okay, and then the fourth point is, string should be inextensible. Okay, are you clear in this? And we'll see the working procedure of beam balance. Okay, this is the working procedure of beam balance. Okay, suppose I need to buy 1 kg of fruits. Okay, is I'll go to the shopkeeper. I'll go to the shop and ask the shopkeeper for 1 kg. Okay, he'll place that 1 kg fruits in the right pan. Okay, that object, so that they said the object is placed on the right pan. Okay, he'll place that fruits in the right pan, and he'll place the standard weights. I have shown on the top, yes, 1 kg, 500 gram and 500 gram, is it? Likewise, he'll place that standard weights in the left pan. Okay, and when he is holding, it has to be noticed carefully. The pointer should be vertical or not. Okay, okay. First, if I ask for 1 kg, he'll put the object, that means the fruits, in the right pan, and he will put the standard weights in the left pan. And he'll hold it to find the mass. Okay, at that time he'll notice that the pointer in the top, yes, the beam balance, at the top of the beam balance there was a pointer, and it should be vertical. It should show 90 degree in the top. Okay, and then the beam should, he should check before putting the fruits in the right pan and the standard weight. Before putting the standard weight, he'll see that the beam is horizontal or not. He'll check. Okay, and after holding, he'll check that the pointer is vertical or not. Okay, he is going to adjust. As we know, standard weights is obviously the correct one, is it? Standard weight, he puts standard weight in the left pan, is it? That is the correct standard weight, is it? So that he'll adjust the things, that is the fruits he had put in the right pan. Okay, if the pointer is in the vertical position, this means we got 1 kg. Okay, he measured properly as 1 kg. Okay, if he put more than 1 kg, the pointer will not be vertical. Okay, and he'll remove that extra fruits. Okay, if he put more than 1 kg means he will remove the extra fruits from the right pan. Okay, and finally if we get the pointer in the vertical position as 90 degree means we got the required kg, that is 1 kg of fruits we got. Okay, we'll get it. Okay, this is the working procedure of beam balance. Okay, see the slide. The object is placed on the right pan. Okay, the object should be, while measuring the beam balance, the object should be placed in the right pan and the standard weights are placed in the left pan. Object in the right pan and standard weights in the left pan. Okay, while calculating mass, beam should be in horizontal. I have already said yes. While calculating the mass, that horizontal beam should be perfectly in the horizontal level. Okay, should check that, and the pointer should be vertical. Okay, the pointer should be vertical. And the last point is, if it shows the pointer shows vertical means we'll get the sum of masses, is it? So the sum of masses of the weights on the left pan is the mass of the object. Okay, we'll get the appropriate amount of matter. Okay, things, that is the things. Okay, this is the working procedure of beam balance. Okay, that's all about this class, and I have taught you about the measurement, is it? In the lesson measurement, we have learnt about mass. What is meant by mass? Mass is the quantity of matter contained in a body. Okay, and then we have learnt about some units, is it? Some conversion units. 1 gram equal to 10 power minus 3 kilogram, and then 1 milligram equal to 10 power minus 6 kilogram, and then 1 quintal equal to 100 kilogram. Okay, and 1 metric ton equal to 1000 kilogram. Okay, what are those units? Can you repeat it? 1 gram equal to 10 to the power minus 3 kilogram, and then 1 milligram equal to 10 to the power minus 6 kilogram, and then 1 quintal equal to 100 kilogram, and then 1 metric ton equal to 1000 kilogram. Okay, and then we have saw about the beam balance, is it? The mass of the body is determined by beam balance or physical balance. Okay, we have saw about the construction of beam balance. What is the construction of beam balance? In the beam balance, we have saw a horizontal beam and then a pointer which is vertical, and then we have saw about the two pans, that is the left pan and right pan, is it? It has a metal chain. Okay, it is a metal chain. We have said yes, before working on that beam balance we should check, if we want the correct balance in the beam balance means we should be careful of that 4 points. What are those points? Both the pans should be of equal mass. Okay, both the pans, that left and right pan should be of equal mass, and the strings of the pan, is it? The metal chain, we said yes, it should have the same length and mass. Okay, and then the next thing is, when no object is placed on either pan, the beam should be horizontal. Before placing the things on that beam balance, we should check whether that beam is horizontal and the pointer is vertical. And the last point is, the string should be inextensible, and the standard weight should be placed in which pan? The standard weight should be placed in the left pan. Okay, and then the matter, that the things we are going to purchase, where that shopkeeper will place. The shopkeeper will place the things in the right pan, okay? While placing all those things, if the beam balance as the point of vertical means we have got the appropriate mass of that product, okay, that things, okay. This is the working procedure of beam balance, okay. I have taken the small topic, is it? We have learnt about only the mass, okay. And this is your classwork. Copy down in your classwork notebook. Write neatly, okay. Fill in the blanks. You will read it. Dash is the quantity of matter contained in a body. Dash is the quantity of matter contained in a body. Mass. Mass is the quantity of matter contained in a body, okay. And then 1 quintal equal to 100 kilogram. 1 quintal equal to 100 kilogram. And then 1 metric ton equal to 1000 kilogram, okay. 1 metric ton equal to 1000 kilogram. And then to get correct measurement in beam balance, both the pans should be of PSI to get the correct balance. It is the first point, is it? Both the pans should be of equal mass, okay. Both the pans should be of equal mass. And the next one is mass is used to measure beam balance or physical balance, okay. Mass is measured using a beam balance or physical balance. And the last one is the mass of the body on the surface of earth is 50 kilogram. Okay, read carefully, okay. The mass of the body on the surface of the earth is 50 kilogram. Its mass in space will be, if the mass, if you are measuring a mass of something in the earth, okay, it is showing 50 kilogram. If you are measuring the same mass in the space, okay, what will be the mass? Yes, what will be the mass? We have already said, yes, mass remains unchanged, is it? The mass of the body remains unchanged wherever the body may be, on earth, on Neptune, or in space, is it? It remains unchanged. So the answer is the same, 50 kg. The mass of the body on the surface of the earth is 50 kg. Mass in space will be 50 kg. Okay? Yes, I'll give you time. Copy down in your notebook. Write neatly. Okay, have you all completed? Okay, read page number 5, 6, okay? And your homework is, this is your homework, okay? Write the working procedure of beam balance in your own words with the neat diagram. You are going to write the working procedure of beam balance. First you are going to draw the beam balance, and you are going to mark the parts. Okay, you're going to label the parts. It is pointer, beam, left pan, right pan, like that. You are going to label the points, and you are going to write about the construction of beam balance in your own words. Okay, what you have understand. Okay, what you have understood in this class about the beam balance, you are going to write it. Okay, very easy homework. Okay, once you have, you should read that beam balance, and then you can write it. Okay, write it in your own words. Okay, don't copy from your book, use your own words and write the construction of beam balance. Okay, read the book 1 or 2 times. Okay, thank you. That's all about this class.